You're listening to Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Powered by our friends over Unique Beats. Let's get this rock and rollin'. Hey, I'm DJ Doc, and I'm the host of Ecstasy Radio, your number one free rock and metal radio show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys had a fantastic week or weekend, whichever. I've got a very special surprise for you. I will be joined by Vincent, who is the lead vocalist of Lunarcode, so I'm looking forward to picking his brain a bit. So let's get this rock and rollin' here, guys. I've got Black Whiskey first with their song Down the Devil's Highway. I'm your host, DJ Doc, here on Ecstasy Radio. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it.
hands on the scene. I tell you, friends, we're down to burn ends. See you next week, and we'll do it all again.
Smoking all night, low and slow.
Ecstasy Radio is powered by our friends over Unique Beats, which are sponsored by Indiana Warm Floors and Hot Rod Golf Carts. So if you want a kick-ass golf cart to rock out in and warm floors that promise to be efficient for life, you're listening to the right show. Let's keep this rock a-rolling. Hey, I'm DJ Doc, and I'm here on Ecstasy Radio, and I'm also joined here by Vincent from Lunarcode. Vincent, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you for being here. It's my pleasure, definitely. So you're from Los Angeles, right? I read that Lunarcode is Los Angeles based.
Yeah, so we're a LA-based rock band. I'm originally from New Jersey, and Ronnie, our guitarist, he's from Ecuador. So
Right.
we branch out quite a bit.
That's awesome. And I read also that you guys formed out of the pandemic. That must have been quite of a challenge.
Yeah, it was a bittersweet time. Everybody had their thing that they went through during the pandemic, but for us in particular, we had just started coming together right before the pandemic hit. Me and Ronnie began writing. And as soon as the pandemic hit, there was a couple months where, Ronnie went up to South Carolina. He was like out on a farm, and then I was over here in my apartment by myself. And it just was like kind of a dull period. And then we reconnected around May, I would say, like 2 months into the pandemic. And then we met Jason, our drummer, and the three of us got together and we just started writing and writing. And we all had free time. None of us were working, so we just started banging out all these songs. Um, and so we had a really productive year. And so that was kind of the sweet side of it. But at the same time, there were the riots and there was, the pandemic itself, and it was just a lot of chaos going on in the midst of all of our creative energy. So it was, yeah, a bittersweet time.
Right, right. I can't imagine the amount of challenges that you guys had to overcome doing so. I mean, all the lockdowns and everything. I mean, pretty much everyone's shut up in their homes, and the pandemic itself did a lot of damage to the music industry that it is now starting to recover from.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first 2 years of our career as a band, we never got to really play one single live performance. So those 2 years were really spent writing, producing, and then we were able to film we did 5 music videos in a span of a year, which is like pretty unheard of for an indie unsigned band, to put out that much creative work in a
Right.
span of a year. So we didn't really have a lot of work interruptions, and we were just able to create and create and create, which was beautiful. And we got our work out to a lot of international film festivals around the world. We won a lot of awards with them. So it was a really, really great creative outlet for us to okay, if we can't perform live, what can we do? How can we get our music out? How can we send these messages out to the world in a way that we actually have access to? And that was through the film medium. And then in January of 2022, that was when we had our first live performance at the Whiskey A Go Go in Hollywood.
Very
And that kind
nice. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
that's a
like
very reputable.
yeah, for a first gig. I mean, it was my first time performing with a band ever live. So I come from a musical theater background.
Hmm.
So performing with a rock band was always something that was subconsciously in the back of my head, but not something that was that I thought would come to fruition, but it
Right.
did. And it's been probably the biggest blessing in my life. I can't imagine my life without this band now.
That's awesome. So where did the name of the band come from, Lunarcode?
The name Lunarcode actually came from we were throwing around a lot of names for a while, and everything was taken. There was not everything we came up with, we were like, oh, that's the name. And it was like, no, there's some indie band over there that has this name, or that band over there has this name. And it was just we couldn't come up with a name. And we wanted to do something that involved mysticism or planets, and me and Ronnie both really like sci-fi and alien stuff. So we were we wanted to go something very, futuristic, kind of, that makes you think.
Hmm.
So I really love the moon. I love, researching the moon and things regarding the moon. I do moon meditations. I do all this stuff with the moon. I love the moon. So, and it really influences us as people. It's a huge influencer on our emotions, on our day-to-day life, and our planet Earth and the way it works. It's the moon is such a heavy influence on us as humanity. So one night while we were having a bonfire with a bunch of friends, so at this bonfire, the moon was really bright. It looked really beautiful. We started throwing around different names that, had the word moon in it and lunar. And then I was like, what about Lunarcode? And then we were just like, yeah, no, that sounds really cool. So then we were like, let's sit on it for a couple of days. Let's see how we feel. And then we brought it up with Jason. And at the time, Richard, our bass player, wasn't in the picture yet. He came a little bit later, but that's basically how we came up with Lunarcode. To me, what Lunarcode represents is just like I had said earlier, it's, the moon is such a heavy influence on us as people and our emotions. And I feel like music is a universal language, and it really is an emotional experience. So I felt like it just kind of tied all together.
Right. So that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Myself, I really appreciate the moon. That's one of the things that caught me about your band is the name of the band, Lunarcode. So I was very, very interested in hearing where that came from. So Vincent, every week I ask my listeners a question, and the question for this week is, what was the first album you ever bought or received?
Okay, so The first album I ever received was Boys to Men. And this, oh, wait. It was Boys to Men and the Batman Forever soundtrack. I got them together. I was probably, God, how old was I? I'm aging myself. I was a young kid, but they were my first two CDs that I ever got gifted, and I got a boombox with them, and I was very excited about it. So yeah, Boys to Men and the Batman Forever soundtrack.
Right. Mine was I was about 7 years old, and I begged and begged my parents to buy me the album Europop from Eiffel 65 for that song Blue Daba Dee. Do you remember that?
Oh, of course.
How could you not? It was
Oh
all
my
over
God. Yeah. I'm a 90s kid, so yeah, I absolutely remember Eiffel 65.
You and I both, man. So I'm going to be playing your song next, your song Cutting the Cord. And I read that this song was a fighter song about listening to your inner self. Can you tell me a little bit more about the background of that song?
Yes, so I can start by saying that song was not easy to write and not like emotionally challenging. It was just like, it was a daunting experience to say the least to write that song because it was very, it was not on the agenda as what we were supposed to work on. It was kind of like a miracle baby. Is what I like to call it, because it's like you have your planned babies and then you have your like whoops baby that, but you love all your babies the same, that kind of situation.
Right.
So it was like, yeah, that one, we went to Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's where we recorded that one. We recorded that song along with Parasite. And we were supposed to record Heartbreak or Hell is Just a Place. And we were tossed up between what our second single that we were going to record in Fort Wayne was going to be, with our producer Sahaj, and he wanted to hear what else we had in our arsenal. So Ronnie started playing some riffs, and he played the riff to Cutting the Cord, but at the time we had no lyrics written for it yet. And he was like, that's the one, we're working on that song. And I looked at Ronnie and I was like, we don't have anything written for this song. And he was like, well, we'll write it together, we'll do it this week. And I was just like, okay. So we had to write that song. We basically had 3 days between when we decided we were doing that song to actually me singing the vocals. And it was really difficult, but the challenge proved very successful because it really pulled a lot out of me, and I was able to sing about something that I didn't know I was wanting to sing about, and write a song that ended up being a crowd favorite and something that I'm super happy with. And it's just such a beautiful piece. And yes, it is a fighter song, and it was a fight to write, and it came from the fights that I've lived. So it's very personal to me, and I'm glad that everybody has responded to it so well and that it's been doing so good.
Where was the music video filmed?
So the music video for Cutting the Cord was filmed in, I want to say it was Lancaster or Hesperia, up in the northeastern areas, like north of San Bernardino and Riverside. It was like up, like way out there. And like yeah, but it was a really cool location. And but the biggest trouble was getting everybody out there and getting the RV, because we had like what was it called? Like a production RV. Has like where you can eat inside of it, a bathroom inside, air conditioning, and a makeup and wardrobe area. But it was like super hard to get it there because the road was narrow, and then there were like, what is it? There were like dips in the sides, so like it had to like stay on the track, and then there were hills that I had to go over, and it had to be going a certain speed. It was just like getting it over there was so difficult, but it was a really fun day, and we expected it to be super hot. So we warned all of our dancers, like, hey, it's going to be super hot. Like, you're going to be wearing a mask, all black. Like, if the sun's going to be out, just like make sure you hydrate, bring a lot of water, or we'll have a lot of water for you. Like, we had a lot of water there. But then what ended up happening was it was super overcast, and it was windy, and it was freezing. So it was the complete opposite what we expected, but it was a lot of fun nonetheless.
Cool.
But in me in the video, like when they're pouring the water on me and everything, like in between takes, I was screaming and shivering. I was like, this is so awful, but it was, yeah, a lot of fun.
Very cool. So this is Lunarcode with Cutting the Cord. I'm your host, DJ Doc, here on Ecstasy Radio. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
that you're broken underneath your disguise. I don't wanna sympathize every time I realize, 'cause I know who you are, and I've seen this all before. I'm cutting the cord. I'm cutting the cord. I'm cutting the cord. I'm cutting the cord. I'm cutting the cord.
Trigger a reaction, live by the faction, panic no more, panic no more. Trigger a reaction, live by the faction. So 10 years ago, I was haunted by the radio, systematically turning me down. Fight or flight, on battle late nights, triggering the shot that I felt that night. I'll just start my own machine. Let's rewrite this one more time. So jump into the fire, dominate desire.
Ecstasy Radio is powered by our friends over Unique Beats, which are sponsored by Indiana Warm Floors and Hot Rod Golf Carts. So if you want a kick-ass golf cart to rock out in and warm floors that promise to be efficient for life, you're listening to the right show. Let's keep this rock a-rolling.
Such peaceful rest I'd never seen. How was I to know what was haunting you? As I planned my life, it was always with you. I cry at night since you've been gone. Lord
Hey, I'm DJ Doc, and I'm here with Vincent from Lunarcode. So, Vincent, where did your sound come from? Because that was one of the things that caught my ear when I first heard you. You described your music as classic with a pop edge. Where did your sound come from? Because I hear everything from classic rock to modern rock in it, and it's got a great groove to it. I'm sure the listeners just heard that with Cutting the Cord. So, where did you guys where did that sound originate?
Well, I would say our sound really came from, of course, like me and Ronnie both really love classic rock, and Jason as well. Our whole band, we all really love classic rock music. I grew up with a classic rock background from like listening to my dad play the Beatles, and he plays guitar, my dad. So like listening to him play the Beatles and Eric Clapton and The Who and Santana, like my dad was really into all of those. And Ronnie has very similar taste. And when we write, I feel like a lot of my heavy influence, me personally, comes from I really love Freddie Mercury and Bruno Mars. Like those are my, like when I think of, musically, of course, I'm my own unique voice, but for some reason, I always like channel them. I'm inspired by them. They're probably two of my favorite male vocalists that inspire me. I also really love like Prince's style because I love pop music too, but I really love like that classic rock vibe. So like merging the two together, it brings that nostalgia, but also something fresh.
Right, and I was getting ready to ask you about that, your biggest influences.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury, Queen, and Bruno Mars. Those are probably my two biggest.
So what bands have you guys shared the stage with? Because I could see you guys sharing the stage with some very big name classic rock bands, as well as sharing the stage with some of, the biggest names in the modern rock stage. So who have you shared the stage with?
So far, the biggest artist that we've shared the stage with would probably be Diamante. But we opened for her at the Viper Room.
Ooh, really? The Viper Room?
Yes. So we opened for Diamante at the Viper Room. We were supposed to do our show, I believe, in January of, it was February, and then it got pushed to March or April because of COVID. Something happened. One of the bandmates, I don't know which band it was, but somebody had COVID, so they had to push the whole show, and it was part of the tour. But that was really awesome. She was really great to open for. Now she's like touring and doing a lot of big stuff. I've been seeing her Instagram. She's like blowing up now. But that's the biggest artist that we've opened for to date. But of course, we are open to opening for whoever's out there and wants to give Lunarcode a break. We would love to. We're looking actually into touring this year at some point. It's like next thing on our bucket list. Like we did all the local LA stuff. Now we want to get out there. We want to do music festivals. We want to do tours. We want to find a band to open for. So we're looking for that opportunity now to do something on a bigger scale.
Very cool. And who haven't you shared the stage with that you would love to?
I would love to share the stage with Freddie Mercury, but unfortunately that will not happen.
Well, obviously.
But on a real note, I know Ronnie's talked a lot about like it would be really awesome to pair up with a band like Muse or System of a Down or Nothing But Thieves is one that I would really love to pair up with because I think that they're fantastic, a great band.
They are.
So those are three that come to mind: Muse, System of a Down, or Nothing But Thieves. I know Ronnie has a laundry list of bands that he would love to play with.
Maybe he'll be able to join us next time on the interview. I know we had some technical difficulties. So
he was ready, man. He was ready.
I'm sure he was, and I'm sorry, Ronnie, for not being able to join us here. So I've got a band that I but I want to debut. This is a song called Alive and Kickin' by Last Wish, and they're a new hard rock band. I think they're out of Los Angeles as well. I'm not really sure, but they're awesome, so I'm gonna premiere them next. This is Alive and Kickin' by Last Wish. I'm your host, DJ Doc, here on Ecstasy Radio. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
fight. Love them, leave them, and that's the story goes. Where I left them, nobody knows. Flying, limousine riding, I ain't dying, I'm alive and kicking snakes, ain't stopping, two girls are rocking, I ain't stopping, 'cause I'm alive and kicking, well I'm alive and kicking, 'cause I'm alive and kicking, well I'm alive and kicking. Devil plays, let the chips fall where they may. Reckless and loose, I'm back from the dead. Got my head in the noose and I'm hanging by a thread. Time gets rid of past regrets, and the past ain't done with me yet. Good ain't good without a little sin. Still ain't where I began. Riding, I ain't dying, I'm alive and kicking snakes, ain't stopping, two girls are rocking, I ain't stopping, 'cause I'm alive and kicking, well I'm alive and kicking, 'cause I'm alive and kicking, well I'm alive and kicking.
Hey, I'm DJ Doc, and I'm here on Ecstasy Radio, and I'm joined by Vincent from Lunarcode. So, Vincent, what does your 2023 schedule look like?
For 2023, we're working on our second album. That's pretty much the main plan. We've got a good portion of it already set to like do our demo. Then we're sending it off to our producer, and I'm hoping to have it recorded in the springtime. Then late spring, early summer, we're hoping to do some sort of tour, even if it's West Coast or somewhere over here. Or if another opportunity presents itself, we're totally open. And we're really looking for opportunities to play festivals, bigger shows throughout the rest of the year. And of course, filling in all that time with local stuff if we need to. But yeah, the main objective for this year would be getting our second album done and hopefully doing some sort of West Coast tour.
Right. That sounds awesome. I'd love to see you guys go live. And I'd love to hear that song Cut in the Chord live. That would be awesome. So if you guys are in the Tennessee area, let us know. Definitely hit us up. We'll come see you.
You want to invite us out, we will come and play. I know. Sure. Definitely. I'm an East Coaster, so I have family also in North Carolina, so I could always use a trip to go see them and then hit Tennessee. I mean, it's pretty close, right?
Right. No, that's not that far away. So if you're ever in the area, man, come on, stop on by.
Yeah. I know Cutting Board is always a crowd favorite whenever we play it live. Everyone's always excited about that one, and they wait for it. And they sing all so exciting to see people here. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I love that song. It's an awesome song. I played it on every single show that I've done thus far, and it's one of those that it catches your ear, and it's kind of like, all right, what's this?
Keep playing it.
I definitely will. So unfortunately, I do have to end the interview now, but before I do, I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to share to your fans that may be listening?
To my fans who are listening, thank you so much for streaming us and for sharing us and for supporting us and for being a part of our journey, because we cannot wait to come and visit all of you and play for you live and be able to shake your hand and see you sing our songs and see how much it means to you and hear how our music has changed your life. Because that, at the end of the day, is really the most special thing, is that what we're writing influences you or impacts your life in a positive way and makes you stronger and better as an individual, as an artist. And just thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
That's awesome. Vincent, I don't want this to be a one-time deal either where, I shake your hand and then after this I never hear from you again. I'd love it if you guys were to come back on the show again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd be happy to.
Definitely. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a good one, bud.
You as well.
And that was Vincent from Lunarcode. Thank you so much for coming on today. I really do appreciate it. So what I've got up next for you guys is another band from Los Angeles, Truce, with their song Tragic Comedy. I'm your host, DJ Doc, here on Ecstasy Radio, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it.
Set the scene, a boxing match. All the fans screaming attack. We are fighting all these battles for humanity. In the ring, the boxer shouts, "Coach, fight for me in this bout." Throw the towel in, 'cause this other guy, he's killing me. 10th round comes, the boxer falls. Family receives a call. Ma'am, your husband died, we think it's a tragedy. Woman screams into the phone, "Coach, you've left us here alone. Now there's nothing you could say or do. Bring him back to us." And we come together strong as this bloody war goes on. No one righteous and no one wrong. Tell me who of us has won. From my head to toes I'm numb. Fathers sacrificing sons. Tell me who of
as this bloody war goes on. In an office far away, writers listen as generals say, we are fighting all these battles for humanity. In the field the soldier prays, Daddy come for me today. Raise a white flag cause this other guy, he's killing me. Bullets whizzing to the sky, blood red arms and blood red eyes. Only humans could have written such a tragedy. Now our soldier, he's confused. It's his life he's got to lose. And his comrades yelling here, aren't you here with us? And we come together strong as this bloody war goes on. No one righteous and no one wrong. Tell me who of us has won? From my head to toes I'm numb. Father sacrificing sons. Tell me who of us has won as this bloody war goes on. The shelter, where's the bomb? Where has everybody gone? Where's the fire that continues burning inside? Tell me, Daddy, where is John? Lying in his bed undone. All his members are dismembered, and he's got no pride. Countless nations and soldiers died. Over coffins the mothers cried. Fathers fighting for the graves, bear their songs inside. All the light bulbs have burned out. From the darkness and someone shouts, turn your lights on, cause your lights might save us. And we come together strong as this bloody war goes on. No one righteous and no one wrong. Tell me who of us has won? From my head to toes I'm numb. Father sacrificing sons. Tell me who of us has won as this bloody war goes on. As this bloody war goes on. As this bloody war goes on. As this bloody war goes on.
My life has been just one big masquerade. The lovers that I lied to, the enemies I made, and how to end it is what I must now learn. Before the time of reaching the point of no return, 'cause I am only flesh and blood, and hope you see that too. The times of my pretending, they are through. I am only flesh and blood, and all I say is true. But if I stumble, can I count on you? I owe it all to you if I succeed. You saw where I was going. You saw the change I need. It's hard for you, but mine is the hardest part. 'Cause all the things I'm doing, they must come from my heart. I know I am only flesh and blood, and hope that you are too. The times of my pretending, they are through. Why I'm only flesh and blood, and all I say is true. But if I stumble, can I count on you? Can I count on you? And blood, and hope that you are too. The times of my pretending, they are through, they are through. Why I'm only flesh and blood, and all I say is true. But if I stumble, can I count on you? If I stumble, can I count on you?
There's a place I sometimes go where it's raining, mist and cold, far away from peaceful light and warm. But I hold it, I embrace. Dark cloud shadows cross my face, Viking anger and a lust for more. And you reflect that part of me, and in your eyes I see the darker side of me. Always near, it walks beside me like a silent friend.
Ecstasy Radio is powered by our friends over Unique Beats, which are sponsored by Indiana Warm Floors and Hot Rod Golf Carts. So if you want a kick-ass golf cart to rock out in and warm floors that promise to be efficient for life, you're listening to the right show. Let's keep this rock a-rolling. Hey, I'm DJ Doc, and you were listening to Ecstasy Radio, and that was Cavanta with Be My Queen. And I love those guys, and I hope to have them on the show here soon. So what I've got up next for you is Inner Outlines with Undone. Again, I'm your host, DJ Doc, here on Ecstasy Radio. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. I'll see you guys back here in a bit.
Feeling that the world is against me, and it's so unlike me to say 'cause your face is off and the worst part is freaking on me. Didn't have to ask. You put the words right in your mouth. Congratulations, I hope you made it there okay. A kiss goodbye to pass the time. You better believe I'm letting go. Hope it watches over you. Letting go. I hope he loves the way you want him to. Can you see my weakness? I'm speechless. I will take the fall. Letting go. I hope he loves the way you want him to. I'm over it. Don't say I'm sweet. Don't take me for a dream. Laugh at me alone and say goodnight to a life of you and me. I hope he watches over you. I hope he loves the way you want him to. Hope he watches over you, letting go. I hope he loves the way you want him to. So can you see my weakness and speechless? I will take the fall. Letting go. I hope he loves the way you want him to.
Hey, this is DJ Doc, and I'm the host of Ecstasy Radio. So unfortunately, I do have to end the show now, but you know me, and I will never leave you guys empty-handed. So I've got one last song for you. It's Normandy with Stride. I will see you guys back here again next week. Have a good one.
Everything else has been leaving me hollow. Crave a better tomorrow, I felt like I've lost, it's a hard pill to swallow. When they don't wanna see the good in you, when this is all that you believe in and you see it through, with everybody on the other side just peeking through, it only makes you wanna justify the way you speak your truth. This is all I am, a gap to a grin in the shell of a man. Will it pass all the pretenses put in the plan? Will it pass them the people that put in my hand? In their own direction, but my progression is by my discretion. Trials and lessons never close my past, so I keep trying my best, they won't hold me back.
Take it all in stride, one day at a time. So step by step I climb this mountain line. So with the weight of the world on my shoulders, and when my heart couldn't get much colder, won't let my fears control my happiness.
Forever. I won't let things lose control my mindset and hold me back from finding my own way. Am I seeing like I'm fleeing in the dark? Am I paralyzed? I can hear my beating heart. Don't wait for the chance. They won't give it to you if you stay so complacent, but there has to be another way. Know your circumstance. Stay on the course. If it pushes you down, go back at it with force and just take your time and climb it. Know that always you'll stand growing above it all. And know that when it seems that your whole world is burning, you find it in the fire to press on.
I'll learn to take it all in stride, one day at a time. So step by step I climb this mountain line. So with the weight of the world on my shoulders, and when my heart couldn't get much colder, won't let my fears control my happiness. When every inch of this path tries to bury me alive, I'll keep on moving forward, one mountain at a time. I take it step by step. I take it step by step. So with the weight of the world on my shoulders, and when my heart couldn't get much colder, won't let my fears control my happiness. I can only do my best. With every step I leave the light behind me. Won't let the weight of the darkness blind me. I'm stepping stride until my legs collapse. I can only do my best to get word. I'm trying to stay strong. I'll press on, hold strong, and run forever.
Like what you heard? Like and comment on the video and subscribe to Unique Beats. Please also like and follow Ecstasy Radio on all of our social media. You can find all of our social media links at our website, xtcradioofficial.com. It takes 2 seconds out of your time and it helps us out a lot. Thank you so much. Let's keep the rock and rolling together.